While I was busy releasing a documentary on a shoestring budget, doing journalism that Media24 should be doing, they were busy bleeding 274 million rand and calling it strategy. Yes, South Africa's biggest media empire just dropped its pants financially. And what we found underneath isn't news, it's embarrassment. Welcome to Newsflash, I'm Joe Emilio, the only guy doing real reporting by accident. Let's get into it.
Listen properly.
When you get into a taxi, you sit down before you get in.
Did I hear that correctly?
So here's the scoop. Media24, you know, that media company that apparently does news, print, and digital media, whatever you want to call it. They call it journalism.
Bitch, please.
Just reported a massive operating loss of 274 million rand. Last year, they made a tiny profit. This year, it took quite a nosedive. Hard. Even the South African Airways would look at them and go, damn, are you guys okay? Their revenue dropped from 3.2 billion rand to 2.6 billion rand. That's a 17% plummet, or in Media24 terms, it's not us, it's the market.
Yeah, right.
Right, because it's never the content, right? Let's not kid ourselves. Media24 has become a bloated PR machine for the ANC. This is the same company that doxed Twatterboss to protect their friends in power. They attacked Ramon Kabinek for having a job, and they tried to cancel Ronaldo Gauss for holding a mirror up to the people in power. And now that Stolen Ground is out, I'm sure I'm next. But here's the twist. I'm just a comedian. I make jokes for a living. Yet the comments on my documentary are saying I've done better journalism than Media24 has done in years. And again, that's the audience saying that. The same audience that Media24 has lost. Now, of course, Media24 didn't admit that they suck. No. They wouldn't do that. It's all part of the plan, part of the necessary realignment. They say that they're cutting print, investing in digital, and streamlining operations.
As usual.
Translation? We're firing people and blaming TikTok. They even sold off on the dot logistics and closed community papers. Because why serve local readers when you can write national ANC fan fiction? And let's be real, this isn't about platforms, it's about trust. And Media24 lost that ages ago. They don't investigate, they intimidate. They don't inform, they spin. And they definitely don't report, they perform for the ruling party. And the public? They've noticed. That's why the numbers are down. The credibility is shot, and the only growth area left is their hypocrisy. So what now? Well, Media24 is a sinking ship that might try and stay afloat by pointing fingers. Maybe at you, maybe at me. But let me say this. If the best your newsroom can do is bully private citizens, amplify identity politics, and write op-eds that read like ANC press statements, then don't be surprised when your readers and your revenue ghost you harder than a Tinder date after you said that you're a journalist. And remember, if they come after me next, at least I'll make their hit piece go viral. And do me a favor, like, share, and tag someone who still thinks Media24 is real journalism. And don't forget to also leave a comment no matter where you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Don't forget to also subscribe and follow. And if you really want to support my work, come over to the YouTube channel and become a member to the channel. It goes a long way to supporting me and helping me to produce content for you guys. If you haven't watched the documentary Stolen Ground yet, please check out the link in the description below or the pinned comment. With all that being said, thanks for watching. Your Newsflash is in.
You're telling me for 40 years I should have been mixing my meat with what? Ain't no way.
This right here is what they're calling a crack burger, and let me tell y'all.
Hey, yeah, that's crack.
All right, so I was sitting on the couch. My wife comes home from the gym. She does this. I know what that means. That means get up and make dinner. So I remember seeing this video, crack burgers. I want to put it in my mouth, so let's do it. All right, first off, you start off with a pound of ground beef, put it in a bowl. Now this is pretty strange, but 3 tablespoons of sour cream. I don't know about that. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of this ranch dressing, seasoning mix stuff. Put the whole packet in. And now it calls for a 1/4 cup of cooked, crumbled bacon. Now, I don't want to cook this because I'm getting ready to cook it again. So I'm going to cut this up really fine, put it in there, mix it up. From the local butcher, we get a bacon burger on occasion, and that bacon's not cooked until you cook it. It is amazing. So we're just going to cut some up, we'll throw it in. All right, now we throw our chopped up bacon in, and now a cup of white cheddar cheese. Now we mix it. Should I use my hands? Might as well. All right, now that it's mixed up, go ahead and patty out some balls. I've got big balls, I've got little balls. All right, now I'll wash my hands. All right, now we're outside cooking on the Weber flat top. Now you can cook on whatever you want. You want to cook it inside on the cast iron, on it as a regular skillet, you do you. So let's go ahead and throw them on. All right, let's give them a little smash. All right, are we ready to taste a crack burger? I threw another piece of cheese on there right before it's done. Let it get melted. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh wow. All right, babe. Supper's done. Do this. Oh my goodness. I'll probably have 2 or 3 more of these. Yeah. The bacon, the ranch. I don't even know what the sour cream's for. You could probably leave that out. I don't know, but. Yes. Here you go.